Hello, and welcome to my Fire Emblem 15 ETC playthrough. I'm US's Gordon Captain. Today, we're going to begin Dragon Fight Skirmish. So this fight is very simple and one of the least interesting fights in the game. Paula didn't hit the benchmark needed to one-round enemy dragons. Therefore, I will be using everyone's favorite LTT strat, rigging crits. There's basically nothing else going on in this map. The reason I need Paula to kill the Necro Dragons is there's a specific Necro Dragon that unfortunately cannot be hit. So one interesting thing that goes on is that S uses the Sounion to get swap. So now S will have swap. The other interesting-ish thing is that I get to shove Paula into the Necro Dragon here so that she gets in within one range. Paul is using a javelin because that lets me get maximum turn wheel efficiency, because the turn wheel turns out to be the main limiting factor and not actually Paula's combat. If I need to rig a crit anyway, all weapons have basically the same crit, so what really matters is how many turn wheels I can give Paula. Dean actually also needs crits to get past them, but he has much higher crit rate, so that's not a big deal. He only needs one. So, that was the dragon fight, cleared in 2 turns. And next up, we're going to go on to Dolth Keep. So, Dolth Keep is a map which is very similar to Dead Man's Mire. It has a variety of enemies, most notably a Canor, only one this time. It has swamp terrain, just like Dead Man's Mire. Unlike Dead Man's Mire, though, it has a lot less pure swamp terrain. So units such as Dean and Leon will have an easier time moving through the swamp. Also, since Est has swap, it is going to be a lot easier for Est to help units travel. The strategy for this map is a 3-turn developed by Karma that uses 2 main important points. The first is that Leon needs a screening support to prevent him from getting killed by a barrage of enemy Necro Dragons. The second basic principle of this map is that Dean is going to need a Brave Sword to crit 2 enemy Dread Fighters. Since, like most Act 4 maps, this map actually features the Act 3 enemy composition that most people have come to expect from this game at this point, along with 2 random Act 4 Dread Fighters who are Tier 3. Even though there are no Bonites, there are Dread Fighters in Celica's Act 4. So here we get to see the first use of S swap. S gets swap and begins the long and powerful tirade of swapping Leon a few times. It's S' most notable contribution and is one of the reasons S is really fun. So here we actually have Noma. Noma is a unit that I got in a few chapters ago, and this is one major contribution. He gets to kill 1 sniper. This sniper kill isn't actually necessary, and you can do this 3-turn without having Leon get the sniper kill instead of having Noma get the sniper kill, but it's slightly easier to have Noma get the sniper kill, so I let Noma get the sniper kill. Other units are all completely useless. So on this enemy phase, we get to demonstrate the important property of Leon that he has 5 range, something that other player units just don't have, which is such a crippling flaw. You'd think they would have solved that, but no. So here Noma needs a crit to kill this guy. However, he didn't get a crit, so we get to kill him with Saber instead, meaning Saber gets to be even more of an EXP thief. So what's important now is getting Dean in position to fight the enemy Dread Fighters and protect Leon. Leon is actually extremely bad at fighting Dread Fighters as a unit because he has really bad speed. And so Leon's basic strategy is one of the most important strategies is to protect Leon from any dread fighters. Here we put Dean in a corner where their dread fighters can only escape from one square, and we put Leon away where Dean isn't, so the dread fighters can't reach Leon and have to go through Dean instead. This tactic will also be used quite commonly in Do a Gate. So here we need Dean to get at least one critical, but it's ideal if he gets two criticals on these two guys because it makes it a lot cleaner of a 3-turn. The reason for this is that Leon doesn't need to get a crit on the counter boss. Here, Katria ends up at really low HP, but survives barely, which is really nice because Katria is kind of bad. So, one thing I didn't do is I didn't set up backup strats correctly, and this backup strat here is a really bad idea to take. So I end up turn wheeling and just like going for a Dean crit instead. The most important thing is to kill Dolth with a Hunter's Volley crit. Because Dolth himself has really low defense. However, if you hit Dolth with a javelin, he'll die in a small number of combats. So this is worth bringing up the fact that we're not going to really be able to promote Katria, and we're not really going to be able to promote any units other than the big four. And you may notice that very few units are seeing combat. This is sort of a consequence of SOV's game design. All right, so that is Dolth Keep cleared in 3 turns. I'll see you next time for Ninja Stealth and for Doom Gate and for Jeddah Swamp. Bye.